Hello everyone, I am Travis from Australia.
I'm England. I'm not England. I'm Alex from England.
And I'm Swanee from America.
And today we are giving you some recommendations of TV shows that can help you improve your English.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start?
Why don't you start, Swanee?
Alright, so I chose some sitcoms. I mean, I truly believe whatever you watch, as long as you're actually interested in it, you can learn from it. Like, if you're just gonna put it on in the background, I guess it doesn't really matter. But the first one that I chose is called New Girl. It's a very quirky style comedy sitcom. Basically, it's about this girl who is looking for a place to live, and she finds a loft apartment who needs a roommate, and it is 4 guys who live there. And basically, it's just their lives together and the quirkiness that ensues once she moves in. And it's really good. It's really lighthearted. They use really simple everyday language. There's a lot of jokes, kind of American style jokes. So you can get a little bit of culture in there. I really love it. I love the main actors in there. They're really talented and funny. So yeah.
All right, New Girl. I've never heard of that one. Is it new? Is it like the newest season's out now? Or?
No, it's been fully done for a while. So if you're hesitant to watch shows that you have to wait for seasons, you don't have to wait. This one is fully done. There's 8 seasons or 7 or 8 or something. But super good, super funny and cute. So highly recommend for you guys too.
Cool,
I have seen it.
Oh yeah,
it's
so
an
good.
early 2010 show. It's old now.
Yeah, but still good. Still good. And on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you can watch it.
My show is on Cartoon Network. I'm not sure where you can see it in Korea, but it's called We Bare Bears. And it's about 3 bears who are trying to... It's an animated show, and it's about 3 bears who are trying to integrate into human society. Have you seen that?
I think I do know. There's the white bear and then the panda bear.
Yeah, so there's
I've
panda,
seen that.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so there's a panda bear, polar bear, and I think it's maybe a brown bear?
Grizzly.
Yeah.
I think so.
They're just sort of living together as roommates, and I think it's really good because they speak very clearly, but they also use a lot of idioms and a lot of phrasal verbs and that kind of thing. So it's really good if you want to learn how people speak naturally to each other, but without, interrupting each other and speaking over each other and mumbling and that kind of thing. So that's a really, really good show, I think, if you like animation. And obviously it's a children's show, so there's not going to be any dramatic themes or anything like that. But I think it's pretty good for learning English.
Yeah, right.
It's got a little bit of Korean in there as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I think they go and visit one of the bear's mothers, and they're all trying to be 안녕하세요, so.
Hello. Hi. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Oh, right. I've seen that clip.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't recognize cartoons as a viable thing to watch for entertainment or to actually learn from. It's a kid thing.
But they're so good.
Yeah, these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
These days it's so different. Cartoons are very much for adults as well.
Right. I was even gonna recommend Disney movies and stuff because they speak very simply, clearly. They use a lot of everyday language. Things
But
that.
it's still natural. Sometimes a lot of students get into bad habits. They speak very robotically sometimes.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
probably because they've been listening to, where is the train station? It's over there. Whereas when you listen to We Bare Bears, you can hear rhythms more easily.
Right, intonation,
yeah.
everything.
One of my recommendations would be, because I know that Koreans like sitcoms, one of them is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It is a sitcom set in New York, in a New York police station. You follow this group of detectives and police officers as they go through their daily lives. It's a very diverse cast, so you're getting all different types of people that live in New York, so you are getting slight exposure to different American accents. It's very recent. It was a very popular show. Really good sense of humor.
I love that show.
Really
I've
fun.
rewatched the whole thing 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I love that show. So
Wow.
good.
So that is my first recommendation, because we've seen actual real life examples of Koreans using sitcoms successfully to learn English. The best example that I can give that I know of is actually a member of BTS, RM.
Oh, right.
He used to watch Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now look at his English. It's like fantastic.
Right.
I just assumed he lived abroad or something.
No, he just all Friends from
That's
what
amazing.
I
Yeah,
heard.
he does
Wow.
attribute the whole thing, his whole like English to Friends.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And we're saying like for Korean people just because we're in Korea, but these are good for any kind of English learner.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Swanee, what is your second recommendation?
Okay, so my second recommendation, also sitcom, and it is called The Good Place. This show is basically about this. I don't want to give too much away because there are a lot of twists and turns, but basically it is just about this woman who dies and she wakes up in a type of afterlife, and it is her navigation of what is this afterlife and how did she get there and things like that. But it's really fully comedy and it's really hilarious actually. It's fully over as well. Like there's like 4 seasons, I think.
Something like that.
Something
4 or
like that.
5.
Yeah, so it's fully done as well. So if you are someone who just likes to binge watch everything, this is for you. And the actors are also very amazing. And yeah, have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of it. And the woman who writes it, one of the writers, Megan Amram, I first heard of her like 10 years ago because she used to write joke tweets on Twitter. And then when I saw her name, I was like, I recognize it, yeah.
I just really like Kristen Bell, who's the main actor, the main character. And she's in a lot of stuff. She's like, who is she? She's one of the main people in Frozen. Not Elsa. Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, love that show. Super
Nice.
good.
Well, my second recommendation is the Graham Norton Show. So this is a talk show, and unlike a lot of other talk shows, it's very, very casual because a lot of the people who are interviewed on the show, they've had a few beers, a few glasses of wine before they're interviewed. So everybody's very loose. And sometimes it goes overboard. So if you type in Graham Norton, Mark Wahlberg is completely off the wall in that episode. But it's a really good show because Graham Norton is Irish, and a lot of the people he interviews are a mix of either people from the British Isles or Americans, Canadians, whoever, and a few foreigners as well. So you hear different accents, and you hear them in a casual setting. The back and forth between the presenter and the guests is very entertaining and very enlightening.
No, he's so good. I like love watching his clips, like his interviews and stuff.
I just watched clips on YouTube of it, but they're always really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's like something like it's such like a rabbit hole. Like you'll just like, oh,
Yeah, right.
one more.
Yeah, right.
One more.
Yes.
All right, my second recommendation, I'm gonna go with Killing Eve. Now this one is a little bit more mature. This is a story about, I actually don't know what agency that they're part of. Basically, it is set in predominantly in England. However, one of the main characters she is Canadian, but I don't know if she's playing a Canadian or playing an American. So you're getting that mix of accents. But then on top of that, there is the second main character, and she is, I think, meant to be French. However, she is incredible with accents.
Wow.
It's like fluently doing all different types of languages. And even being able to do a pretty good Australian accent,
That's
which is
hard, yeah.
notoriously hard to
Yeah,
do
right.
for foreigners.
A sun cream heiress from Sydney who has her own like super successful bikini brand.
So yeah, you are getting such a mix of accents in this show. I will say it is a show about an assassin. So it is a little bit more mature. It does involve some violence and stuff like that. So don't just dive into it if that's not your kind of thing.
So I'd never thought about that before. Like, what is the worst Australian accent you've ever heard? Can you think of one?
I don't know. They always just end up sounding like British or like, I don't know.
Like really overdone.
Yeah, too overdone. Like people are like, oh, how's it going, mate? It's like, that's not even like the harshest accents in Australia sound like that.
That's true, because I've seen like clips, like news clips from Australian people being surprised when someone is good at like faking an Australian accent.
It's so,
Yeah.
I don't think This actress, I think, is the only person I've ever heard do a good Australian accent. So, like, that's saying something.
Alright.
All right, well, that is going to do it for today's show. What do you guys think? What TV shows did we miss? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to
Like,
subscribe and
Comment and ring that bell.
hey, bye everybody.
bye-bye.